Good afternoon. Welcome back to our fly tying series. I'm Steve Worley, owner of the Worley Bugger Fly Company, and today I'm going to show you a classic summer pattern called the Renegade. This is an old school pattern, great for this time of year for fishing in the summer and fall, and especially really good for fishing small creeks, for brook trout and cutthroat. One of my favorites. I tied as a kid and fished it all around the small creeks and small rivers of Montana. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to tie the Renegade. Okay, so we're going to lay down a thread base starting at our eye, work it all the way back to the bend, and then we're going to make a little red tag here on the back. We're going to build up just a little bit of a thread base here as a hot spot. You can also use gold or silver tinsel to do this too. And then just tie off our thread here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this with some UV glue just to make it stand out a little bit when we're fishing it. It's going to give it a nice glossy look as a hot spot there. So just blast that with your UV light, get it dry. And then the first item that we're going to tie in is we're going to tie in a sized brown hackle for the back. And when I mean size is we're going to size it appropriately so this fly rides correctly on the water. So the hackle shouldn't ride longer than past the point of the hook. So take and expose your stem there on your brown hackle and tie it in right behind that hot spot. And then we're going to take and we're going to make about 4 or 5 wraps, one right in front of the other. And then bind that hackle down. And then just get in there and snip off the remaining hackle. Make a few more thread wraps so that hackle stays bound down nice and tight there. And then our next is I'm going to use some peacock dubbing. The original pattern, of course, calls for peacock herl. And you can use peacock herl if you want to. They do such a fine job of matching the colors nowadays that really you can speed up your process of tying this fly or anything else with peacock herl. Makes it a little bit more durable fly too, since peacock is, it's a great material but just not super durable. So this is John Romer's diamond dub. We're just going to dub this on, and we're going to dub a body on here, and it doesn't have to be super thick. If you get a little bit too much dubbing on there, you can remove it. So just build a nice uniform body and leave enough room so we can mount our front hackle there. So you want about 1/4 of that shank left where we can mount our grizzly hackle in the front. So once you've dubbed that on, again, get a sized grizzly hackle, expose the stem, and then tie the stem in to the shank. Get a thread base there where you can lay that hackle down. Leave yourself plenty of room so you can finish off the fly, and then we're going to do the same. We're going to make 4 or 5 wraps with our grizzly hackle, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to tie it off. And then snip off the excess there that you got. Make a few more thread wraps. Get all those fibers out of there. And then you can either half hitch or whip finish, whichever you prefer. Now I'll just take a little bit more UV glue and I'll coat this head so that red really is pronounced, really sticks out nicely. Blast it with the UV light. And we are done. That is the Renegade. Great fly, great attractor fly, great terrestrial pattern for, you know, when fish are eating lots of ants on small streams, small creeks. Fun to tie, not hard. It's great fly to have in your box. So try it out, use it this summer, and have a great time fishing out there. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for sharing.